My pointy
Let's
elbows.
go.
Sharpen the elbows before we get out there.
I'm going to be in there drawing charges.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
moving my feet, defending with my chest. Just
And one.
Yeah. Defend with your chest, Kyle. Defend with your chest.
I'm Kyle. He's James. Joe's over there in the other room. Day one of the legal negotiating window in the NFL was yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to make sure that I'm covering all the bases here. I think the freak out over the 49ers' first day of the legal negotiating window is insane. They didn't. I left yet. Was it painful for a fan? Like 100%. Like Kyle Juszczyk getting released and Dre Greenlaw signing with the Broncos and Talanoa Hufanga signing with the Broncos, and you see Aaron Banks getting all this money, which is insane, by the way. 4 years, $77 million American dollars for Aaron Banks is nuts. He's an okay player.
Every single 49er that left, from my point of view, was like, oh my gosh, they got overpaid grotesquely.
Yeah, the only one who didn't is Greenlaw. 3 and 35 is a pretty reasonable deal. I haven't seen the guarantees of the structure on it or anything, but that's a player that I know they really wanted back, and they didn't get him. But also, he might give you 8 games this year. You have no idea what his health status is, because he just came back from an Achilles injury, and then he only played 1 half and then 5 snaps because of a knee injury and then a calf injury.
Yeah.
And then they shut him down for the year. So he's a big question mark. And are they going to miss Dre Greenlaw? Like 1,000%. He's going to be the most difficult player to replace. But they have been forecasting this and telling you that all of this was going to happen. When they drafted Ricky Pearsall in the first round last year, that was a signal that, like, yeah, hey, this super expensive receiver room is not going to be the same receiver room moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Javon Hargrave signing with the Vikings today, they signaled at their end of season press conference when they restructured his contract to make it cheaper to release him this year. John Lynch said, like, yeah, hey, he's going to be a post June 1 cut. We hope to bring him back, but we think the market's going to be big, and it has been for defensive tackles, by the way, but that's a separate question.
Yep.
Talanoa Hufanga, they've been drafting safeties the last 2 years.
And he hasn't been good since 2022.
He's an okay player.
Yeah, and even Kyle Juszczyk, I know he's like a great 49er, and he's made it to 9 Pro Bowls, right?
Yeah, 8 straight. 9 straight.
He's almost 34.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you could bring him back as a coach. I mean, realistically, you could bring him back as a coach. Like, why not? Like, have him be part of your running backs room. But like, if he wants to keep playing, okay. But I mean, like, you don't get to play forever.
Right.
Yeah.
The other one, Charvarius Ward. Charvarius Ward told everybody at his locker cleanout, I went through so much personal trauma here. I don't ever want to go to the San Jose airport again. I don't want to be in this state anymore because of what I went through personally. His 1-year-old daughter died. And he went, where I went through all this, I would like to not be there anymore. And so he signs with the Colts.
Totally get it.
1,000%.
And he got paid as well.
And he got cashed out. The 49ers are not in a spot. And this is not about, look, this is not me doing the, like, I'm going to stand in front of ownership thing. If the 49ers had come out and said, like, we're going to spend less cash, we're going to curtail our cash spending. That's what the Cowboys do, by the way. The Dallas Cowboys, the most valuable franchise in American sports, is always at the bottom of the league in cash spending. That's
crazy.
The issue the 49ers are running into is they don't have a quarterback on an affordable contract anymore. They're not going to. So they're redoing how they're doing these contracts because they don't want to sign Jonathan Allen, a 30-year-old defensive tackle, to a 3-year, $60 million deal where they might have to wind up pushing money into the future, where now all of a sudden they have this huge dead cap figure, which they do this year. More than $70 million of their salary cap is going to players who don't play for their team.
That's tough.
Right. And so they're trying to avoid that in a scenario when they're going to have a quarterback making a sizable portion of the salary cap. That's just team building. They still have Fred Warner, high-priced player. They still have Nick Bosa, high-priced player. They still have Christian McCaffrey, high-priced player. They still have George Kittle, high-priced player. They still have Brandon Ayuk, high-priced player. They still signed Deommodore Lenoir to a extension. Granted, it was way more reasonable than I thought he was going to get, but they signed him to an extension. They still have Trent Williams, high-priced player.
Yeah.
Like they still have all this expensive talent. just at some point, if you're going to regroup and you're going to rebuild, and the 49ers are trying to do this on the fly while staying competitive, you have to start hitting on draft picks, which is something they didn't do in 21. They did it in 22 with Brock Purdy, but really nowhere else. And then the 2023 draft, it does not look like it's going to bear a ton of fruit either. So they need to hit on draft picks. And everybody's telling me, when I say like this is kind of their goal, I get hit with, yeah, but what if the draft picks are bad? Yeah, then they're going to be bad. The team isn't going to be very good. If Brock Purdy stinks, the team isn't going to be very good. Like, there's a gamble here for sure, but this is the reality of having as many high-priced players as they do and then throwing a sizable quarterback contract on top of it. At some point, you need to reload with draft picks, and you need those draft picks to be good. You need to reload with affordable free agent signings, and that's what they're doing. Whether it works or not, I can't tell you. But this is not some like, oh my God, Jed York shut the faucet off and said, you're not spending any money. Like, no, they're trying to be smart about the salary cap.
It feels like they've botched so many drafts over the last 5 years that's where their talent is fading.
That's it, dude. Yes.
And if you can't take advantage of the draft, you cannot squander first-round picks on bad kickers. Not first-round picks, but third-round picks or fourth-round picks. You can't, go out and keep drafting bad wide receivers that don't make your team and can't, function. And 2 years in, they're gone. Bad running backs. Like, how many times in the middle rounds have they made those mistakes where they hit gold is when they're drafting linebackers and interior linemen with those picks, but they just keep wasting them on specialty players that do not pan out. So I'm intrigued to see how they build this thing at this point. I think that they can get a really, really nice pick with, number 11. They probably can fill a starting position
Better be able
day
to.
one that can help your team, whether it's a defensive tackle, whether it's an offensive guard, whatever it is. But man, they have so many holes to fill at this point, and you just can't miss with this draft.
To your point, the 2021 draft, they selected 8 players in that draft.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is currently on the team.
Brock Purdy?
Diomedor Lenoir.
Oh, Lenoir.
Purdy was next year.
Okay.
But Trey Lance, disaster. The only reason John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan didn't get fired for the Trey Lance thing is because they fell into Brock Purdy.
Of course.
That's it. They would be gone. Anyways, Aaron Banks got paid out, got cashed out. Trey Sermon, cut early. Ambry Thomas, cut before his rookie contract was over. Jalen Moore got cashed out by the Chiefs. That's insane.
Weird.
Hufanga cashed out by the Broncos, and Elijah Mitchell was gone anyway. He went
to the Chiefs.
The 2022 draft, here are the players who are still on the roster. Drake Jackson, not a contributor.
Precariously on the roster.
Spencer Burford, now a backup. Might start at left guard this year, but a backup offensive lineman. Nick Zakel, backup offensive lineman. Kalia Davis, barely a rotational defensive lineman. And then Brock Purdy. 2023, Jair Brown, maybe your starting safety, maybe not. He was up and down last year. Jake Moody, disaster. Cameron Latu, not on the team. Darrell Luter, backup special teams guy. Robert Beal, not a good defensive end. D. Winters, might start at linebacker, maybe, TBD. Braden Willis, special teams guy. Ronnie Bell, not on the team anymore. Jalen Graham has been cut, but now he's back, and he's a special teams guy. That's our 2021 through 2023 drafts.
Yeah, it's just not enough, man.
Go ahead, sorry.
What do they have, like 3 starters total out of all of that?
Maybe. Are we including Jake Moody?
No, because I don't think that's going to happen.
They say he's going to stick around. I'm not so sure.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Jair Brown is I'll call him a starter.
Okay. Brock Purdy.
Purdy's a starter. Lenoir's a starter. That's 3. Okay. 3 in 3 drafts. You can't have that.
No.
Not when your roster's this expensive.
Well, not and also when you probably had 25, 26 picks in those 3 drafts combined.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's not like they had their 2020 draft. They had like 5 picks. It's not been that. They've had 8+ in all those drafts.
Yeah,
and it just hasn't been good enough. And keep in mind when I say spending less, I mean like against the cap. I don't give a damn about Jed York's pockets. Like they're gonna spend money. They print money, but there's a salary cap to work under. You said TC still around? Let's get to TC. Wants to talk about Brock Purdy and the Niners. What's up, TC? What up, TC?
What's up, bro? Hey, that was a hard. Hey, well, not heartbreaking, bro. It was just the Knicks, man. Something about the Knicks, bro. We gotta figure something out here with them dudes, bro. Like some type of defensive scheme or something. But we just gotta figure the Knicks out. I'm not gonna overreact off of that. The Kings will be fine, bro. We just gotta settle in. Hopefully, we can get 7, 8. If not, bro, we gonna be number 9, and we gotta make noise that way. We can't be afraid of the play-in because that's where we at right now. Kings players, media. We just got to run in and get in how we get and fight hard. That's where we at. As far as Brock Purdy, Kyle, and him, that Sam Darnold contract, bro, that's more than enough for that dude. That's where I'm at. He should have accepted the 45. I'm giving that dude 35 a year, bro, on a 3-year deal. That's $105 million. Take it or leave it, Brock. I like what Jay York is doing right now. Him and Lynch taking all the reins away from Kyle and saying, Kyle, this is it, dude. The players that we draft and bring in here, if you a real coach, then you gonna coach these dudes. If not, bro, we got another losing season. You're out of here. So I'm all for it, bro. I like the move that Jed is doing right now. But 35 a year for a 3-year deal for Brock, bro, that's my deal I'm giving him. I'm not giving him 60, 70, 50, any of that.
All right, thanks, TC. So now it's not Kyle Shanahan. Got it. Okay. No, I need to, right. Okay, we're moving goalposts. Okay, cool. No, for sure.
That was some next level.
We're just being super disingenuous with it. Got it. All right, nice.
Just move them their goalposts.
No, yeah, I don't necessarily disagree on the Purdy thing. We say this all the time with NFL contracts, though, like the guarantees are what's going to matter. Brock Purdy could sign a 10-year, $900 million deal. But if $100 million of that is guaranteed, it can look like a 3-year, $30-ish million deal. And that's where I think this is going to wind up landing. The numbers will be inflated where it looks like something in the $50 to $55 million range.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get down into the nitty gritty of it, you're probably looking at like, it's like a 3-year commitment. It's this year, then 2 years, and then they've got an out after year 2 or year 3.
Yeah.
That's how I think this is going to wind up going. And the guarantees will land in the 100 or 120 range or something like that. And we'll all move forward.
Yeah. I mean, they have to get it done. That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
We do have this breaking news. You want to
go
ahead with that?
Yeah. ESPN's Adam Schefter. The 49ers are releasing Leonard Floyd. I have to get the numbers on this. I don't know how much they're saving.
Yeah, Leonard Floyd, 8.5 sacks last year. But it sort of sound like maybe they've got Joey Bosa. Maybe there's a potential there for him to join the squad. And if he did, that would open you need not only the salary, but also sort of that position open. Although it would have been nice to have Leonard Floyd still on the roster.
Yeah, so this is hang on 1 second. There we go. All right, we're multitasking. This is one of those, like, if you can keep Leonard Floyd as a rotational edge rusher, you feel good about it.
Mm-hmm.
But he wasn't great last year. He was absent in a lot of games. This is another $8.6 million dead cap hit for the 49ers.
How much?
$8.6 million.
Oof.
They save 1.4. But again, what you're seeing is, and I think this is what's happening. They know Brock Purdy's contract is going to be some amount of money. They're, I think, trying to stack their dead cap this year, and just accelerate all the dead cap to now.
Okay.
Instead of spreading it out over the next couple of years,
mm-hmm.
where, okay, it costs $8.6 million in dead cap to cut Leonard Floyd this year. And again, that doesn't cost additional. He was going to count $10 million against the cap. Now he costs $8.6 million against the cap.
Okay.
And they save 1.4 ish.
1.4 ish seems like not very much.
No, but
if you don't cut him, what happens?
Then he's on the team, and now you're going to have dead cap next year.
Okay.
And so this is, I think what they're doing, is just getting all of this out of the way now, where Yep. There's gonna be dead cap on all these deals because of the way they structure them. There's gonna be a little bit, but they're just accelerating the big numbers now. That's like I think what's happening.
Okay.
Because they know they have to get younger with draft picks, and they know that Brock Purdy's contract is going to be expensive. So instead of trying to figure all that out with an expensive contract, they know he's going to make 5.1 this year. His cap hit's still going to be low in 2025, and so they'll eat the dead cap now.
Okay.
I think that's what's happening. Oh my gosh, that went quick. I'm just not panicking. There's nothing that's happened that makes me think more or less of the 49ers' chances to win the Super Bowl. I don't think they're a contender today. I didn't think they were a contender yesterday. I don't think they're less of a. I don't think they've fallen at all, really.
They're in the same range they were before.
Yeah. Their season was always going to come down to who did they draft, what free agents did they go get at on cost-effective deals, and can those players be effective, and can Brock Purdy be good? Those are the questions that are going to determine whether the 49ers are worth a damn this year or not. It's not whether they went and gave an outsized deal to Jonathan Allen to play defensive tackle for them.
Yeah.
Anyways. Maybe they stink. And they might. But not freaking out just yet. We'll have some more NFL news. We'll take a look around the NBA last night. The Kings